What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And in this video right now, what I want to talk about is how sales isn't your problem. Conversions isn't your problem. And I know that that's what so many clothing brand owners think. They think that, my number one problem is sales. I can't convert people on my website. I can't get sales. Teach me how to sales. And actually, that's not the core issue. The core issue is with your brand, because if your brand was set up right, then you'd be able to make sales with ease. And so what we need to do is follow the cookie crumb trail out of the sales part into your actual brand to figure out how we can fix the problem and get to the solution. So let's talk about it. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. And if designs are something that you need for your clothing brand, then I really recommend that you give them a shot. You post a project on Design Crowd, amazing designers from all around the world will compete for your project. You choose the winner, then you get that design plus revisions. Here's an example of a design that I had made through Design Crowd for my own clothing brand. It's selling like fire through my website right now. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about this special offer that I have for you where you can save up to $100, or simply use the discount code apparel when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so somebody posted recently in the Apparel Success Facebook group, what is your biggest struggle with your clothing brand right now? And hands down, like 99% of all the comments on this question were sales. Everybody was saying sales is the issue with my clothing brand. Conversions, I need to learn, better strategies for sales. Almost as if they're looking for a tactic for how to convince people to buy their clothing brand better. And this is just completely the wrong way to think about it. The real issue, which was very obvious to me reading all of these comments, is that the clothing brand just simply isn't staged in a way that's displaying the value of your brand so that people can really understand what it's all about and where they actually want to check out and buy. And so what you get is the front end issue of sales because nobody's buying. But the real issue, the solution to that problem, isn't by, learning how to sell better or figuring out some sort of sales tactic. The real solution to that problem is to dive into the foundation of your brand and start correcting all the little nitty gritty things about your brand. And the foundation, your brand concept, product quality, website quality, and social media presentation, all of those things are likely the reason why you're not getting sales. And so sales isn't the issue. The issue is your brand concept, your product quality, your website quality, and your social media presentation. Fix those four things. Dive into those four things. That's where all of the value in your brand comes from. You fix your brand concept, people understand your brand better. You fix your product quality, people actually are resonating with your products and they want to buy more just by the visual of your products themselves. Fix your website quality, maybe people will have a much better user experience on your website. And as they're shopping your website, they're experiencing that perfect flow where they're adding to cart and they're getting the value of what your brand's about. They're really understanding everything because, your website's expressing your brand in a way that's really, connecting with them. And your social media presentation, if you can up your social media game and all your posts on social media look sick, then anytime people come across that, the increase in your brand's perception is what's going to lead to sales. Selling for a clothing brand should be a fairly passive thing. There's not going to be a lot of convincing going on from a standpoint of being aggressive. Like there's zero aggressive sales tactics going on when it comes to selling clothing. What you want to do when you're selling a clothing brand or selling your clothing is literally stage your brand in a way where people really have this feeling of not being able to resist buying. I know that when I shop online and I see clothing that I really like, it's not somebody, selling to me why I should buy the clothing. It's because, I'm like, oh man, this shirt looks so sick. Now I have to buy it. That's the response that you want to get out of people coming across, your clothing brand on your website. And that's what's going to lead to sales. So, sales isn't your issue. Conversions isn't, it's the front end issue, but it's not the solution. The solution is to go into your foundation and really beef it up and work on all the little details. Become a perfectionist with this. Okay, this is one area where I know people say, perfectionism isn't good, but this is one area where perfectionism is absolutely super good for your clothing brand, because the more perfect you can create your brand's perception and you can put your brand out there to look really, really nice, where all the details are covered, the better that's going to come across to people. This is actually, though, the truth of what's going on. So, really process that. This is actually why you're not able to sell your clothing through your website. So, instead of watching this as just sort of another video that's like, oh, well, that's a cool idea, this is for real, why you're not able to sell your clothing through your website and sell your clothing brand is because there's parts of your foundation that need work. So don't skim over this. Really process that and really internalize that and get to work on your clothing brand. Because, I think some people will be watching this and be like, he didn't give me the tactic that I was looking for. He didn't give me that sort of like the strategy, the sales strategy that I was looking for. And I'm telling you right now that that's not it. It's not some sort of Instagram strategy. It's not some sort of sales strategy or email marketing strategy. It's that your brand isn't staged well. And when people are coming across it, they don't want to buy it because it's not being presented to them in the right way. Endless tweaks, endless improvement on your clothing brand aggressively. That's what's going to solve the issue here. Endless tweaks. Constantly just dive into those 4 components of your clothing brand. Brand concept, product quality, website quality, social media presentation. Dive into those every single day. Work on them constantly. Sculpt it. It's like a sculpture. You just want to be sculpting it. That's what you're doing with your brand, all right? You're just sculpting your brand, and eventually you'll get it to the point where, it's like, wow, this is actually like a work of art, which is what your clothing brand should be. And when it is, people are going to see it and they're going to go, oh man, I just absolutely have to buy this clothing brand. I was hoping on going out for lunch with my friends tomorrow, but now I'm not going to be able to go because I really like this hoodie that I just found online. And that's really the point that you want to get your clothing brand to, and building that is a work of art. It's something that, you just play around with, you constantly work at. It's almost like a painting. When it's right, people will resonate with it, they'll vibe with it, and they'll want to buy from you. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop your brand down there as well. I'd like to check out the brands that are watching. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to let you know about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.